All right, and we're live. What is going on, everybody? I am Aaron Jordan, founder of Image Comics. Not Image Comics, Wolfsbane Comics. And we're gonna start this one off with I'm gonna tell you a little story about what happened yesterday. Actually, ties in, and then I actually want to go over um um my me being in the indie comic scene. So yesterday was a pretty normal day. It was pretty much I was at work doing my normal thing, and I get this one lady at checkout, and she's a little nervous, just like I am right now, but she's being frantic, trying to clear the checkout as fast as possible because we have a whole line behind us, and she makes a joke. She's saying, excuse me for being in a rush. I'm running like a gypsy." And at first I was like, "Oh shoot, that was kind of racist." But then after a while, I thought about it, and then I judged her less harshly because of it. And now I'm so now I'm sure you're wondering, oh, why is that, man? Hmm. Well, it's because I'm thinking about it, and I don't even think that she meant to have it come off that way. And that stuff has been around for like what, a few decades. So she obviously doesn't know what's going on with that. So it's like, nothing you can do about that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that ties into today's video on what is Comicsgate and what's the big deal. Now, for my background, I'm fairly new to indie comics in general. My actual first indie comic was what? It was either Spawn or it was Invincible. Either way, pretty good comics actually. But yeah, um, I started there. I got into Ethan Van Sciver. Pretty fun channel. Um, and then after a while, I started branching out. I lost interest in checking out other shows, regrettably, because you guys have some pretty cool shit that's out there. But in favor of doing my own book, I'm still working on that right now. But yeah, all of a sudden, I'm getting mentions of Comicsgate and who the big bads are in the comics industry. And back then, I was like a huge diehard mainstream dude. You couldn't get me away from any of the Marvel characters. So after a while, I started getting drained in this whole bubble, if you will. And this bubble is pretty much mainstream is being attacked by these radicals that don't really care about making material for fans. They just care about a racist agenda and so on and so forth. Well, of course, later on down the line, it turns out that stuff is not true, and honestly, it's kind of ridiculous after I've gotten to see both sides of the argument. So, what are both sides? I'm pretty sure some of you guys are being like, but Aaron, what are you talking about? Comicsgate is racist, misogynistic. Everyone in that group is a fucking hateful bastard. Not true, actually. Actually, from what I've seen and the people that I've actually talked to, Comicsgate is one of the most diverse comic communities I've ever seen recently today. I actually know a dude, he's in here right now. Hey, big shout out. He's actually pretty good content creator. He has a cool book that I'm still waiting for. I don't just, by the way. That's a joke. But yeah, he's cool. And it turns out he's gay. So if he's gay and he's Comicsgate, then what is he doing in this group if they hate gay people so much? So yeah. And honestly, from it turns out that the people that say that Comicsgate is this, that, and whatever, sometimes they come across as some of the most hateful people I've seen. And this is actually a conversation I was trying to have with somebody on Twitter. Yeah, big mistake. Don't try to talk to people on Twitter. But basically, the conversation was me saying, yeah. Actually, no. Let me start over. So the conversation that this person was trying to say, what she was trying to say was basically Comicsgate hate people are haters and they don't care about anything except showing how racist and bigoted they are. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. And I said, no, not actually. If you actually look at the people in Comicsgate, they don't really care about agendas. They just want to make good stories. Ooh. Oh, shoot. We got first in the chat. Nice. Okay. So, yeah. Basically, it went on a whole. She went on a whole tirade, bringing up stuff like, "Oh, have you seen what Ethan Van Sciver has done on Kiwi Farms or whatever?" I was like, first off, why does everyone bring up Ethan Van Sciver when they have to talk shit about Comicsgate? Like, I understand that he's like one of the main figureheads, but everyone in Comicsgate doesn't really follow Ethan like that. It's not like he's the president of the United States and we have to do whatever he says, you know? Like, yeah, he's a cool dude. He has pretty fun moments, but he's not the guy that everyone goes to from every decision that in Comicsgate. But yeah, other than that, is that yeah, hold up, exactly. He's not the entirety of CG. He's just a guy that makes comics. So, how many times have I said that today? The reason why I think it is that CG gets so much hate is that there's actually this quote that I saw today. I don't know if it's like an actual quote or by anyone or whatever, but it was pretty interesting nonetheless. It said, "People fear what they don't understand, but they hate what they can't control." And honestly, I think that in a way is sort of accurate. If you look at it, mainstream comics have been in a position of control for a while now. Ever since I'm not good at comics history, but I'm guessing it's like the 60s throughout the 90s where things were really kicking off. And then when you go past the 90s, stuff starts to die down due to various errors that I believe most of them made, like the Clone Saga. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? But other than that, after that, everything shifted. It started being about it started being less about what kind of cool, interesting stories can we tell, and more about how can we come up with the next big twist or idea. And honestly, it's like, that's where you're going wrong. So, a lot of stuff happens after that. Comicsgate gets formed, and honestly, I guess if you're picking from the fragments of some people that have said like some messed up stuff, but then again, that's like every group. As I said before, people on your side say and do stuff that's just as bad. You guys just don't cover it. But other than that, they get labeled a hate group, and it's pretty much the only talking point. And okay, hold up. Okay, EVS is the biggest voice. Okay, yeah. It's like saying 90s basketball was all Michael Jordan because he dominated that decade. Oh yeah. Even though Scottie Pippen I heard was like a little bit better than him. But it's Michael Jordan. He's got the brand. Oh, hold up. Why is she bringing up Kiwi Farms? That's exactly. Like, shoot. To be honest, I don't really know anything about Kiwi Farms. That was like the first time I ever heard of it when she mentioned that. Like, she assumed that just because I was sticking up for CG, I knew everything that was going on. And that kind of unfortunate. But it's like I say sometimes. The people that actually want to understand and actually want to make a difference will actually try to hear you out. And they won't just shut you off and believe that the first thing that they think is right is right. But shoot. Yeah, I don't gotta deal with that person anymore. So this actually this reminds me of a funny story that I remembered the other day. So I'm doing some research because from like comic characters or whatever, and an interesting fact came to me. It's pretty much the character Hank Pym, Ant-Man, and it's a shame because the character is actually pretty good. It's funny though because the man got canceled for beating his wife once. And yeah, granted, terrible thing. Don't do it. Don't do that. Nah, bad. He did it once. He felt remorse for his actions ever since and tried to make up for it. He still gets canceled and turned into a villain, killed by Ultron, yada yada. He's dead, and now Ultron's using his likeness. It's funny though, because someone else beat their wife on accident, and they're still around today. Do you guys want to guess who that character is? Peter Benjamin Parker. I don't know. I just think there's a lack of consistency in that. How are you gonna try redeem a character from doing a terrible act, but then the same thing happens with someone else, and you can them immediately? Hold up. Every argument is a teardown of Ethan Van Sciver, and it is pretty vapid and shallow. I have asked one of them to give me a complaint that is EVS hate, and they said hate group. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens. Okay, it's like all the worst best parts of 4chan given form and substance and purpose. Anything and everything on farms can be used against you, just like the fact that she's looking at exactly. That's the thought I had, man. Why are you on there in the first place if you don't want to be associated with that stuff? That's like you going on the internet looking advocating, yo, we gotta stop these pedophiles, but you go over there and go on Shadbase. If you guys know what Shadbase is, shame on you. Oh, shit. That's like looking at someone's dirty laundry and saying, oh my god, did you know his socks stink? People focus on the farms because it's not polite company. It's a part of the internet. Oh, exactly. That's none of your damn business, money. That's none of your fucking business. Nah. But yeah, it's like everything you say can be used against you, no matter how long it's been. You may say something once, slip up, but dang, it never goes away. And it's stupid because you could be in a completely different mindset right now, and it doesn't matter because you are a terrible person or you did something terrible back then. It's like I'm beating a dead horse, but yeah, it's the only thing I can think of right now. It's like the James Gunn situation. Dude said some really unfunny shit. Well, it wasn't really fun to me. I didn't really get it. But yeah, shoot. He gets canned, even though he apologized ever since after he made the tweet. But yeah, but it's fine. At least we got Guardians 3. So now, what can we do now? I don't know. What can we do? We could talk about more characters that pretty much. Oh yeah. Oh okay. So I want to do like a comparison between CG characters and mainstream characters, because obviously there's a clear difference in what's going on. It's and just like with any other comic book, there's my opinion. On both sides, you have pretty good characters. You have pretty good runs currently, and then you also have some stinkers, but they don't really get covered as much. On vice versa with CG, they don't really cover the bad ones, and in mainstream they definitely don't cover. No. It's the opposite. CG. No. I'm just having a fucking brain fart. But yeah, definitely in mainstream comics, they only want to focus on the one side. Only wants to focus on the good comics. Other side, and this is like your extremes. They only want to focus on the comics that are shit. And me, I'm just like, I honestly don't care if the comic shit. If it's shit, I won't really read it. I'll just freaking look at it, make fun of it a little bit, and I'll just keep it pushing. Like that Dear Girl thing. What was that? Nature Girl? Have you guys heard about that with that Marvel X-Men Green? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even read it. I heard it, I thought it was dumb. I was like, it makes sense. It's like when it's like when Jean Grey looked up to Bobby and he's like, "Yo, you're gay now. Have fun with that." To be honest, though, I think that was a parody more than anything else. That was hilarious. Imagine one of the straightest characters in Marvel Comics. You're gay. But Cyberfog had no mainstream comparison. I mean, true, but I consider TMNT more indie, if anything. You know, like shoot, if anything, TMNT is like the king of indies because they came a long freaking way. Like you got like a whole bunch of toys, TV shows, whatnot. It's all ad hominem arguments. It's a lawyer trick to take you something that's provable and apply it to what is happening now in a way that is not provable. I guess. But yeah, shoot. Hey, how's it going? She killed a clerk at a Dollar General because that's stupid. That's really dumb. Like a clerk, like, did he put the bag in his mouth? Did he take the turtle out back, beat the shit out of it? Or did it just choke? And so my question is, what was that turtle doing there in the first place? What was that turtle wearing? Makes you wonder. I turtles these days, man. You got two lesbians? Cool. Anyway, honestly, what books are you guys into? Like, what have you guys been reading? Because lately, I have like an example of a book that I was really excited for, and I don't know, it kind of missed me. And I was also reading this other book. It's like, pretty exciting. I'll have to see where it goes so far, but I'm kind of behind. One is like crossover. Pretty good book. It's pretty much this whole thing where these comic books come to life, and they land in this one city, and everything just goes to shit. So the dude, the characters, put a whole dome around the city, and it's this whole conflict of these two characters trying to get inside the bubble. It's pretty good. Yeah. Nothing mainstream. Well, nah, I understand that, man. That's pretty much what it is with me until something catches my interest. I was into Thor for a little bit, but then they immediately dogged his character and made him like a submissive motherfucker. I don't know. Like I read Thor for just seeing him fuck shit up, and I like this whole Shakespearean aspect of he's this guy who overcomes his weaknesses. But in this one, he's constantly being told that he's a fuck up, and I'm just like, eh. I mean, Thor knows he's a fuck up. You don't gotta tell him. You don't gotta tell him that he's a fuck up. And I don't know. But yeah. Other than that, it's I don't know. I think I covered everything. We got my day. We have what? What else? CG. I don't know. Oh, dude, there was this really interesting conversation that one of my friends, Pops, good dude. He was having this conversation with EVS over something called CG Kings. What is that? Is that like a stream that they're doing now? A cosplay? No, not even that, dude. They made him into an Oktoberfest character. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about that. I wanted to do more research, but I got busy a little bit working on the book, which I should probably talk about in a future stream. Yeah, I'll be able to run more hours through that. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Apparently, I think if I'm wrong, correct me. I think the doing a thing. Oh, hold up. All biggest expos and EVs. Okay. Group therapy. All right. That sounds all right. Group therapy. And you don't even have to pay for it. Pretty good. But yeah. Shoot. So, yeah. I think 24 minutes is actually pretty good. I'm still starting out. I could probably get a guest on next time to run the minutes up. I definitely need a freaking co-host. But that's it for the stream. I do need to I do need to get going. I have some stuff that I need to take care of writing. But before I go, I want to show you guys something. Hold up. This, if I can find it. This is pretty much work that just got submitted to me the other day. And for all you new readers out there, you know what? Nah, hold up. I can't find it, but I'm gonna give you guys a little treat. I'm going to show you a bit of my book. Give me 1 second. I can't. There we go. Okay, I'm going to show you a bit of the book. So, share screen. Window. There we go. So this right here, this is the book that I've been working on. It's called Wolfsbane. It's pretty much a book where being a werewolf is it isn't the worst thing in your life. There's certainly things like being a werewolf. Oh shoot, terrible, scary. But are you dealing with yada yada yada? And that's some stuff that I don't want to get into right now. But it's pretty much a horror detective story where you're kind of on the line between it's kind of on the line between you're basically trying to do what's right versus doing what suits you as a person. And don't worry, it's not one of those preachy books. I actually prefer that people tell the story instead of actually instead of actually have a narrative in there. Like, don't get me wrong. I do believe that some stories do try to teach you a lesson, but that shouldn't be like the main focus. Me, I just want to have a good old time. See, look, it's got this detective noir feel. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I wanted to show you this. This is what's going on. You got this big freaky werewolf, big old biceps. Look at that. Dead cop. But basically, the story is him just going around. It's pretty much about the detectives and them trying to catch this killer. But it's also there's also a side story to it where the werewolf gets his say in the story too, and we get to figure out why is his life so bad and what he's doing to try and change that. So I'm actually gonna talk about that more later on after I get more prepared in the next stream. So peace out, guys. Have a good one. Boo, boo.